Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 2, and firstly, let me introduce our member. My name is Ines Syifa, study number 548, and my partner Talitha Ayu Hapsari, study number 644. In this meeting, we will discuss about consumer perception and consumer behavior toward Lux products. So what is the definition of consumer perception? Consumer perception is a process that makes a person select, organize, and interpret the stimuli perceived into a meaningful and complete picture of the world. So, from this definition, we know that someone will buy is influenced by his perception of the situations he faced. Well, that a person perceive can be quite different from a object reality. And we know that individual may look at the same object but perceive or describe it differently. Next is the nature of perceptions. The information processing is a series of activity by which stimuli are perceived, converted into information, and stored. A perceptual processing model that has four main steps. There are exposure, attention, interpretation, and memory. And here we will discuss only three steps of the nature of perception. There are exposure, attention, and interpretation. So, first steps is exposure. Exposure is a process of absorbing information about a product that involves the consumer five senses. There are hearing, seeing, smelling, and touching. Exposure occurs when a stimulus, such as an advertising banner, comes within the range of our sensory receptors. Exposure has two types. Number one is exposure. Types of exposure. The highly selective nature of consumer exposure is a major concern for marketers. Since failure to gain exposure result in lost communication and sales opportunities. And number second of the type is voluntary exposure. Although consumers often avoid commercial and often marketed stimuli, sometimes they actively seek them out for various reasons including purchase goals, entertainment, and information. The next presentation will be delivered by Talitha Ayu Hapsari.
Second stage is attention. Attention is the stage in which the consumer processes the information he has gathered at the sensation level. In other words, it is the stage where marketers must be able to make consumers aware to the existence of the products. There are three factors that influence attention. First is stimulus. Stimulus also has many factors that influence, namely size, intensity, attractive visual, color and movement, position, isolation, format, and another else. Factor that influence attention number 2 is individual factors. In individual factors, there is motivation and ability. Motivation is an impulse that exists in human to achieve certain goals. And ability refers to an individual's capacity to understand and process information. And the last factor that influence attention is situational factors. These factors consist by choice and program engagement. Choice could be due to the decline quality of the product, and program engagement refers to how the viewers is interested in the program or editorial content surrounding the ads. The next stage is interpretation. Interpretation is taking an image or giving meaning by consumers to a product. Interpretation is an understanding of the meaning of sensation. There are several factors causes error in interpreting message. The first factor is physical appearance. This factor often makes consumer mistaken in interpreting a marketing object. The second is stereotypes. It's revert to judge. The third is irrelevant cues to give meaning to a stimulus. The fourth is first impression. The first impression received human meeting, greeting, or even impressive service, one will immediately judge that the company has quality standards, although the actual facts can be ascertained. Next is unfocused attention. Unfocused attention is the process some stimuli at subconscious level and the mechanism in our brain evaluating the information to decide what will happen. There is the type of unfocused attention, namely lateralization of the cerebral hemispheres. This is the experience with the web allows consumers to build knowledge about the characteristics of the banner. The second is subliminal stimulation. This is a message presented so quickly or softly or more hidden by the product owner that the consumer is not aware to seeing or hearing. The perception and marketing strategy. Consumers tend to form image of brands, stores, and companies based on their inferences obtained from marketing and environmental stimuli. An important goal of marketing strategy is to influence perception of a brand, store, or company. So, marketers must consistently try to influence consumer image. The image consists by the first is brand image. This is represent the overall perception of the brand is formed from information and past experiences of the brand. The second is store image. Consumers often develop a store image based on advertisement in store features, opinions of friends and relatives, as well as shopping experiences. The third is company image. When consumers have a good experience of using various product brand produced by a company, then consumer will have a positive image of the company. Okay, this is the last slide. We have arrived at the end of presentation. This is the material that we can convey about consumer perception. Hopefully what we have conveyed can be received well. That's all from us, Group 2. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay safe and stay healthy everyone. Thank you.